Alright, I'm going to be doing a Swedish fire torch. It's a type of stove, and it's for a challenge that Sep's doing. The challenge is to make the stove and to boil water on top of it after all the tinder is burnt down. So this is my first time doing it, so it's definitely not going to be a how-to video. But here it goes. Alright, now I'm adding some tinder, and you really don't need tinder so large. If you get the tinder too large, all you're going to be doing is building a fire between the wood, and that's not what you're trying to do. You're trying to catch the inside of the log on fire so it really burns inside out. The stuff I'm putting in now is cedar, strips of cedar bark, and that's probably the only stuff you're gonna need. The other stuff, the first stuff I put in was probably too big. But now I'm putting on some hay right on top of it, and now some finer cedar bark, and now I've got a little bit of birch bark, and I'm gonna try to get that going with my fire starter. And there it goes. Now the piece of wood I have here is a piece of fat wood, and that's just a piece of pine that has a concentrated amount of sap in it, and as you can see, it burns very well. I've collected quite a bit of that and some tree sap, and I'm going to be using that a little bit later to get this going. The wood that I'm putting on top now is fat wood, and I'm also putting on a few pieces of pine tree sap. I just sped it up so it didn't get too boring. Okay, now what I've done is I've taken all the tinder out and then close back up the 4 pieces of wood, so you can see it's just the 4 pieces that are burning. All the tinder's gone, and now I'm just going to let this burn for a few minutes before I put my pan on that has the water in it. Okay, now that it's been burning for a few minutes, it's time to add the water. Okay, now I'm trying to adjust it a little bit just to get more air to the coals, but also leave the logs close enough so they'll keep burning. This is kind of tricky, but okay, now I'm going to be sticking a few sticks up on top of the log, and this will prop up the pan and hopefully get more air down to the coals. And I finally got a boil. So now I'm going to go ahead and add the noodles. And I'm just going to leave those on there for a few minutes. Okay, now to add the flavoring. Stick the packet thing into the fire. It'll just shrivel down to nothing anyways. So. And another good thing about this is it's also transportable. Not exactly easy, your hands can get a little bit warm transporting it, but it is transportable. That's a Swedish fire torch. Thank you for watching. Please check out the other videos on my channel, and thank you very much.